requisitioned for property or for supplies. Marion was wound up being paid 700 pounds for sundries. This is the South State of South Carolina paying him off for basically 4 years worth of supply. Plus he gets a land grant, plus he petitions Congress for cost of goods supplied during the war. He would eventually be paid $6,000. Oops. Oops. 1786, this is important. Marion gets married. Amazingly enough, he's 54 years old. His cousin, Mary Bedell, was his daughter of Francis's mother's sister. Get that? She's the daughter of Francis's mother's sister. I didn't list her age. I had it early on, and then I realized that you don't mention a woman's age. They were close in age. She was young. At the same time, Marion's nephew was married to Charlotte Ashby, who was also a niece. So a niece and nephew get married. How that works today, they did. Not too much there. I'm going to jump forward here because I have the signal. Slave imports were banned for 3 years. That's significant. And then you wouldn't think that they banned importing slaves after they did something. That they were getting too many and becoming an issue. U.S. Constitution, in the convention, in the South Carolina Convention, Marion was not present for the vote, to vote on the Constitution. He was a Federalist, but for some reason didn't vote for it. But it was a gross majority voted for it. That's mainly because of the disproportionate amount of low country representatives compared to back country. Population was quite the opposite, but more Federalists were low country people. The Constitutionalists, or the Democrats, let's call it Democrats, they were the back country people.
They were called anti-federalists.
There you go. That works. Anti-federalists. Okay, that's inside there. General Assembly forces Marion to resign. They were going to fire him, but they just forced him to resign. Found a better way to do it. Give him a pay cut, quick, as opposed to just fire him. Heard that before too. Okay, now we have censuses going on. Here's a picture. This is a familiar picture. If you've seen some of the murals, and there's one on the wall right out there. That's the same one. Marion goes back and forth to Pine Bluff. I'm getting here. Looks like he's getting in a little trouble with his adjutant because he says that this is the adjutant and Marion were at odds. Marion writes him that he thought he should see this Major Muller. And then he writes, I thought I was an old almanac, out of date with the public, but never thought I should be so with you. Alas, alas. 1790, the Capitol opens in Columbia. And then one of the first things they do is have a constitutional convention, state constitutional convention. This is when the class warfare, at least, let's call it, I use the word antagonism. Maybe that's a better word. Whenever it kind of stirred itself up. You can see there's an indication right there. John Lloyd was a prominent low country man. Indicated that gentlemen had to exert themselves, gentlemen being low country planters, to prevent the malcontented party, this is being the backcountry people, and the artisans, skill workers in Charleston, from electing representatives in that lower class. Reapportionment was a big issue. There were some compromises made, but the low country still retained a gross majority, as it would for a long time. Okay, real quick, here's a census of 1790. I'll get you the point. Francis Marion, see him there? Yes. 194 slaves. That was the number I was telling you. There were two white males in the house, 3 white females, and 2 free white females, including head of the family. You can see what interests me is here's Marion here, there's Neilan here, so that's the same, that's Gabriel. What Gabriel was dead. He's got to get the state. I'm not sure who Samuel is. Benjamin was his, I think it was his younger That's 5 Marion right there. And that was just in St. John's Road. We're now in the cotton time. But, I'll just switch through. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to keep it short. This is interesting. Washington Southern Tour, 1791. Washington made a tour of the South, 1791. Found a letter where Marion writes to a lady. Doesn't say which lady it is, but I kind of put 2 and 2 together and said that should be Harriet Pinckney O'Ree. That's Mansfield. I'm sorry. That's Mansfield, Pennsylvania. He declares that he will take it as a particular favor. She will acquaint him with his excellence and yet cross the same T river. Apparently, never got the word. Washington breakfasted at Hampton on the 1st of May. That was whenever he advised when Washington asked Mrs. O'Ree not to cut down the oak tree.
That's
in the front yard.
Hampton.
Hampton. Mansfield's for Mary Mann, what are we talking about her? There's no record of Marion meeting in Washington. Nothing there that much interest there. Marion continued the political career. Justice of the Quorum and Justice of the Peace. Those are pretty weighty titles. 1792, he's still in the Senate. He's actually back in the Senate from 71 to 94. 1793, the big thing is with the cotton gin begins the difference. And that's the revolution that really changed the South forever. The Revolutionary War didn't change it forever. It changed it. But the cotton gin is what, in my mind, changed the South forever. Marion didn't make it as an elector for the Electoral College. Here's a big one here. In 1794, Marion and Sumter was elected for the Major General to command the militia of the lower district. This is a big deal. And there was an election in the General Assembly, but they decided, because there was so much discussion, let's say, about Charles Coatsworth Pinckney, pictured there, agreed to be the compromise candidate if he was elected unanimously. So he agreed. Pinckney agreed to do that, but apparently nobody else did because the vote wasn't unanimous. 22 voted for Marion. Yay! Only 21 voted for Sumter. Yeah! And Marion retired from militia shortly after that vote. 2 more to go. Georgetown. This is now we're at 1794. Marion's not in very good shape. Georgetown understands that, and 148 of its citizens thanked Marion for his service. I think it's pretty significant that a town would actually just write you a long letter and thank you for what you've done. And they wrote in part, your achievements remain recorded in such indelible characters on our mind that neither length of time nor change of circumstance can efface them. Continue to enjoy dignity with the consciousness of a conduct unaccused of rapine or oppression, and of actions ever directed by the purest patriotism. If only someone could write to me, close to my death. I don't think that's going to happen. Peter O'Ree is the first sign of it. I'm surprised about that. And Marion then writes his last letter to his nephew and adopted son, Francis Marion Dwight, who would become Francis Marion Dwight Marion, I guess. And actually, when he took Francis's name. And Marion wrote, your aunt is well and hearty, as well as Miss Bideau. Myself is very ailing, constant pain in my head for some time. I couldn't read that. A cold with ardent fever. The cramp is in my finger and cannot write more. Obviously, he's getting a little feeble at this point in time. This is in, I think we're talking November of 1794. Francis Marion, the purest patriot, died February 27, 1795, upon blood. Amen.